At some point, we all believe there's a better life to live somewhere else. But moving your family halfway around the world to find it takes a big leap of faith, especially if your partner has some serious concerns.
The McGuinnesses are desperate for a better future.
If we can't afford to make ends meet, what kind of upbringing is that going to be for the children?
But can they agree what it is?
My mind's made up. I want to go to Australia. This, to me, this is the dream.
Especially when one of them is far from convinced.
We'd have to cut all them down. It's just too small. Just wouldn't buy this house.
So this a no then?
It's definitely a no.
Now they have only 1 week before they face the biggest decision of their lives. Australia's famous laid-back way of life, sunny climate and almost 30,000 miles of coastline have long made it the favourite destination for Brits looking to move abroad. But life down under doesn't always deliver the paradise new arrivals may picture.
The McGuinness family have 1 week to experience life in Australia. At the end of it, they'll have to make a life-changing decision, whether to make the move or to stay in the UK.
After 24 hours and having crossed 3 continents, the McGuinnesses land in Brisbane. The sheer distance from home has dawned on Jeanette.
I was awake all of the flights.
The rest of us 3 had to sleep.
Yeah, and these 3 slept. When I seen, you look at the in-flight map and you're watching that and you see how many countries you actually fly over and you realise just how far away it is, don't you then?
The family have their home in Liverpool. They are 36-year-old David, his wife Jeanette, who's 31, and their children, Gabrielle, age 4, and 2-year-old Sean. 13 years ago, before he met Jeanette, David went on holiday to Sydney. He's now convinced his family's future lies on the other side of the world.
I've been to Australia myself. I've seen the place, but Jeanette hasn't. The kids certainly haven't. I want them to see Australia through my eyes, that the food's great, the lifestyle's great. Even though I only went on a holiday, I got a good feeling from the country.
However, Jeanette is reluctant to move anywhere.
Because I'm used to Liverpool, I love Liverpool, that's where I was brought up. I get homesick even when we go away for the weekends. I phone up to see what's happening at home.
It's not just a holiday fantasy that's driving David to uproot his family. With his carpentry business struggling in the recession, their finances are under pressure.
2-3 years ago, I was flying. I had lads working for me. I was earning. I was on a good wage. Now, the last year and a half, 2 years, all my prices have gone down a third. I've still got the same bills. In fact, I've got bigger bills now than I did 2 years ago.
It's just no lifestyle for the children to bring them up in. If we can't afford to make ends meet, what kind of upbringing is that going to be for the children?
On top of this, they worry about increasing crime rates in the area, which they've both lived in since childhood.
It's getting worse. When we were younger, there was drugs and everything around, but they have guns now and stuff, and I don't want my kids going to areas where they could potentially mix with that type of people. With the employment situation in this country now, we're not going to be able to afford a better area than where we live.
Born and raised in Liverpool, they both have lots of family living nearby. Jeanette is especially close to her mum.
She's with a mum every single day, I'd say. If she's not with her, she phones her. A mum is her best friend. They do everything together.
I really will miss my mum, because it's just having that support there. It's just a friend to go out with, to take the children out for the day. If David's in work, phone my mum, do you want to go out for the day? David's, I don't think he's realised how hard it is going to be for me not being able to see my mum and dad.
And the prospect of being in another country so far from family and friends is really scaring Jeanette.
I had a nightmare, it was a horrible dream a few weeks ago where I was walking, I was on my own and I was pushing Sean in the pram. with Gabrielle, and I was on this road in the middle of a city on my own, and just never walked down this road before, and just a feeling it was just a horrible feeling, just being totally alone in the world and not knowing where I was or who anybody was around me. Didn't recognise any streets, didn't recognise the road signs. It was horrible.
For David, the move doesn't hold any fears.
My mind's made up. I want to go to Australia. In fact, I'd go tomorrow. I'm there already.
With so much at stake, Jeanette is torn about the decision ahead of her.
The main reason to go is to give the children a better life, or the best life we could possibly give them. Now, I don't know whether that life is in Australia or here, surrounded by the family and the loved ones who they know, giving them that security of family. It's just a hard decision for me to make, very hard. Don't know which is best.
The McGuinnesses face a decision that could leave one of them heartbroken. Jeanette knows leaving the UK will be the hardest thing she's ever had to do. But David's convinced Australia will offer not just him, but the whole family a better future.
Their quest starts in the city of Gold Coast in eastern Australia. Situated near Brisbane, Gold Coast offers all the benefits of city life, with plenty of sandy beaches for families to enjoy the Australian lifestyle. And with a thriving business community, there are good job opportunities for both Jeanette and David. However, the Gold Coast popularity does come at a cost. Property prices here are amongst the highest in Australia. Their base for the week is this 3-bedroom house. Close to the city and beaches, hopefully it should impress them.
Wow, look what he's saying.
I don't like wooden ceilings.
I love wooden ceilings.
It's nice.
I knew it's my type of house, not yours.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's lovely and clean.
Yeah.
It's just... It's all one level, isn't it? It is nice.
Jeanette sounds like she's being a bit polite. Perhaps the rest of the house will get her excited.
That's okay. What's in there?
The paper one.
Toilet?
Is that the only toilet?
I don't know.
It's not going well. Maybe the outside space will win them over.
It's got a swimming pool. I don't think it's in use though.
It's winter.
Yeah, I know. Go on then. Wow, this is nice, isn't it? Hey.
And there's the barbecue.
Oh, watch these. Oh, I don't like those steps.
One, two, three.
Got holes in. Oh, isn't that a nice pool though?
No,
Would you
yeah,
like
probably.
a swimming pool, Gabrielle? In your own house? It would be nice, wouldn't it?
The swimming pool has got everyone's vote. However, it's not the steps that have Jeanette worried.
Could be too many spiders hiding underneath.
Yeah.
That's what she doesn't like.
I'm petrified of spiders. So, and especially ones that can kill you. In my garden, I haven't really got any plants because I don't like spiders and plants have spiders. I just don't come out here.
It could be a problem if she's that scared of spiders.
I've been trying to get Jeanette in Australia for 12 years and now she's here, so it can't be bad.
As long as I just stay away from plants and trees, I'll be fine.
And everything.
David's got just 1 week to persuade Jeanette their future lies here, spiders or not. Back in the UK, the McGuinnesses live in a 4-bedroom detached house in the Walton area of Liverpool. David and Jeanette have spent time and money making their house into a family home. They're hoping they'll be able to afford a house that fulfills all their needs within a budget of £200,000 in Australia.
I don't want complete luxury. I don't want an American style cribs house with jacuzzis, swimming pools. I'm looking for the type of house that I got. Detached, 3 bedrooms at least, a nice garden so that the kids can run around, and in a nice, safe, secure area.
My dream house, ideally, if we could afford it in Australia, would be a 2-storey house with 4 bedrooms, front and back garden, enclosed back garden, with a playroom downstairs.
If David is to persuade Jeanette to move to Australia, finding the right house will be crucial. They'd love a home with wide open spaces in a family-friendly area. But can their wallet keep up with their dreams?
We're giving the McGuinnesses a taste of the property market. We'll show them 3 houses based on what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real price of property down under. After seeing what's on offer, we'll reveal to them how much each house costs. First up is Bagheera Waters, just 5 miles north from the centre of Gold Coast. This is a quiet area popular with families. Property 1 is a modern 3-bedroom townhouse set in a residential complex. This means access to a shared swimming pool and tennis courts. But does the resort-style setting make it more appealing?
It seems safe enough. Seen neighbourhood watch signs as I came in, which makes me think, well, is there a lot of crime around here? Don't know.
Hopefully the house will impress more.
Living room, dining area.
It's too small.
It reminds
for
me of
us.
like a compact flat.
Yeah. It just reminds me of like a holiday accommodation.
I guess Jeanette doesn't mean a dream holiday by that.
Whoa.
Garden's big enough.
It's a shared garden.
Shared garden. Does that go onto the road?
Yeah.
That's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah. So you got no private area in the back?
Is David's chance of persuading Jeanette already slipping away with this house?
Like it then?
It's just too small.
The upstairs is the last chance to win her over.
No, it's nice size. Can you fit a double bed in here?
Nice size, can you fit a double bed in here?
Yeah, and you fit a double bed in this one as well.
It's sounding more positive, although the layout has them puzzled.
Someone's got a bad architect here. 2 doors.
That's what it's for.
What?
You close the bedroom door.
And it's ensuite.
It's an ensuite. But then someone else can get in from that side anyway.
The upstairs has certainly given them a laugh, but has it convinced them about the rest of the house?
Wouldn't leave our house in the UK to come to this house.
No. I wouldn't, and if this house was in the UK, I definitely wouldn't buy it. It's just too small for a family of 4, especially with all their toys, isn't it?
So the McGuinnesses haven't been impressed by the size of this house or the garden. Will the price make them think otherwise?
Well then, let's have a look.
£155,000.
Same as our house was in the UK.
Yeah. It does worry us a bit as to whether we could make a life house here, the lifestyle that we want.
We definitely want a bigger house.
And we're not going to get it at these places.
You have 2 jobs.
That's a huge blow. If they're not going to be impressed by the properties they can afford, David's dream of moving could be in trouble already. Hopefully, Property 2 can make a better case for living in Australia. It's situated in the Nerang area. It's a popular neighbourhood close to the countryside but not too far from the all-important beaches. This house should offer the McGuinnesses the peace and quiet they want. But will they actually like it?
Wow. Nicer than the last one.
Yeah, it is. It's bigger. I think the views are fantastic. Lovely views.
I could see me sitting here.
Don't jump on the bed. This is a nice bed.
Ensuite.
Ensuite. That's a bonus, isn't it?
It's a good start, but Jeanette has found a downside.
I don't like the kitchen.
Why don't you like the kitchen?
It's very basic. I mean, obviously you'd have to just put a new kitchen in it if you bought this house.
Would you block it off?
No, because then it feels too cramped in here then.
Yeah, but I could take this wall out. Be a lot bigger kitchen.
I don't know whether it's just the layout. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger
Well,
on
is it because it's...
I don't know whether it's just the layout. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger
Well,
on
is it because it's separate? You need this blocking off? Doorway?
I just wouldn't buy this house.
Why wouldn't you buy this house? It's not wrong with this house. It's better than the last one.
David's trying really hard to convince Jeanette. However, with so many Australian homes being open plan, her dislike of this layout could be a big problem.
Come on. Push her off.
It's just nothing.
You can climb up the rockery
And then
and
jump
have a nice
off.
little decking area on
See
the
that?
top.
He would do that. He would climb up there and try and jump off. I need somewhere with outdoor space so the kids can run the energies off. I mean, I don't particularly want a pool, because if you wanted to go swimming, you can always go out to a swimming pool. You don't need a pool, but you do need a bit of outdoor space for them to run around in.
If the garden is mainly for the children, what does Gabrielle think of it? That's a no then. Time to find out the price. The good-sized rooms and views seem to get the thumbs up from Jeanette, but the garden changed all that. Will the price convince them to consider this house, or will it be out of reach?
£217,000.
You can get a lot of house back in the UK for 217,
With a
but that's
garden.
what you're paying in Australia.
It's over our budget though. So this is all we could afford, and this is even over our budget. I'm not really surprised, because I have done a lot of research on the housing market in Australia before we come over, so I do know things are expensive. But it's well over what our house is worth.
This house was a disappointment, lacking the garden space Jeanette craves for the children. And even if she liked the house, it might be above their budget. Everything now hinges on the final property. Tweed Heads is 16 miles south of Gold Coast. Close to some of the country's best surf beaches, it's a good place to live the Australian lifestyle. You get more for your money, but it does mean a long commute to work in Brisbane. The third house is a 5-bedroom home. With Gabrielle and Sean being looked after by a childminder, David and Jeanette can have a good look around the house.
It's dark, isn't it?
It's dark, but it's nice and
It's cosy, isn't it?
cosy, yeah.
It's the nicest kitchen.
Yeah, it is. That's nice, and you can fit a table and chairs there. No problem.
Bedroom.
It's a double bed, isn't it?
Yeah. And a Liverpool top.
Oh yeah, this is bigger.
Double bedroom. Nice views.
That is lovely views, isn't it?
It's a promising start, and there's still the garden and a swimming pool to check out.
Hello! Oh, look at the pool.
Nice decking area, barbecue, lovely views. Dive into the pool.
Yeah.
It's going well, but Jeanette has spotted some major problems.
It's just not child friendly whatsoever. You'd have to cut all them down, all those trees. We couldn't even consider buying a house like this. It's just not child friendly at
So it's
all.
not very well built.
God, that's awful. He's insured.
The gym and rooms downstairs would give Jeanette the 2-storey house she wants.
Well, how'd you get down to that bit?
Walk down, yeah, walk downstairs.
Under all those trees.
Yeah, you coming?
I'll stay up here. Not going down because there'll be loads
There's
of
all the spiders everywhere, I know.
Well, oh, yeah, I'm going in.
They're in the house. Yeah, there's more rooms downstairs. Jeanette?
But you've got to go to them down an outdoor stairs.
Yeah. Oh, just watch out for the spiders.
Oh, do you know what? I don't even want to see it.
Oh, they're everywhere. This is lovely. This could be another little living area or a bedroom.
Oh, David, put it back. Get lost. Go away from me now. Get away from me. Go away.
And David's joking around isn't really going to help change her mind. This house would give them all the room they need. However, the state of the downstairs has got Jeanette wanting out.
This will be like my bush tucker trial, staying in this house.
Should we stay for the night?
No.
I love it. I want to buy. I could live here with
Do
the
you know
lads.
what? I couldn't even say that I could do this house up and live in it because I just couldn't.
So this a no then?
It's definitely a no. Come on, let's get out of here. Someone's just touched me.
After another promising start, this house hasn't gone down well with Jeanette. Can the price turn things around if it's within their budget?
Go on, see how much it is.
Come on, let's see how much we're spending.
223.
That's all.
So we're definitely not moving to Australia then.
Right.
Because we can't afford nothing. We can't afford anything that you'd...
Yeah, but there's other houses. That price range. You see some on the internet?
It seems house prices have really blown away Jeanette's hopes of finding a dream home.
You know, when we first got here and everyone was so friendly, and I was thinking, oh, I like it here. And then I went to the beach and I don't like beaches, but I love that beach. And I thought, oh yeah, I do like it here, and the kids were amazing.
You love the weather?
Yeah, and then I was actually going more for Australia, and then this has just totally put me right off. It really has. It's totally put me off.
Every house is going to be different. You've only seen a couple of houses.
You have to admire David's positive approach, but it's just not convincing Jeanette. Although Property One was well within their budget, it just wasn't big enough for their needs. The second house had room inside, but the rather odd garden didn't offer Jeanette the outdoor space she wants. And the third seemed perfect on paper, but it would stretch their budget to its limit. So, have Australian homes won them over, or will they vote for the UK instead?
Compared to the houses in the UK and what you can get over there for the same price, my vote goes to UK.
And my vote goes to Australia.
David's remaining upbeat, but even he would have to agree that the house they want might be out of their reach.
It only depends on whether we can earn more money out here, put our budgets up to afford a better property. If we couldn't earn more money and that's our budget full stop, that was the 3 houses we've seen today, I wouldn't be able to bring kids up in them. So it's all based on what we could earn.
Jeanette's disappointment with Australian homes firmly put the brakes on David's dream move. But with any future being an expensive one, it's vital David and Jeanette find good work prospects.
Back in England, David has his own carpentry and joinery business, and Jeanette works part-time in payroll. A shortage of building work across the UK has pushed his business to the brink.
Work has dried out a lot in the last year, 2 years. Everyone's struggling to get on the job. 2 years ago I had 5 to 8 lads working for me. Now I'm struggling to find work on my own.
With no real opportunities on the horizon, David is hoping that his skills will be in demand down under.
It's a job that I love. I do love it. I wish I was in constant work, but there isn't the work to cover what I want to do in the UK. Hopefully it will be in Australia.
We've arranged for him to spend a day working on a Gold Coast building site. Everything hinges on his work prospects.
The objective for me is to get loads of work, continuous work. I don't have to worry about where the next job is. Hopefully there's plenty of it about. This is supposed to be one of the biggest builders. Hopefully I'll get a couple of contacts while I'm here.
This is David's chance to show what he's made of, and they've thrown him straight in at the deep end.
I'll get you to hold the level, mate.
Yeah, brilliant, thank you. Don't use levels in the UK, we guess.
Oh, do you? Yeah, fair enough. No, we do it properly over here, mate.
Oh, there we go.
Nice and muddy like home, isn't it?
Yeah, no, normally it's about that deep in water.
Oh, yeah, true. Well,
this got muddies onto there and waterproofs.
This is all right, isn't it?
Well, I don't think David is going to struggle to fit in with the Aussie banter. Back in the UK, Jeanette earns just over £13,000 a year working part-time in a payroll office. After her disappointment with Gold Coast property, her job prospects could make all the difference for their lifestyle.
We would be primarily dependent on David's salary, but if I could work part-time also, it might give us a better lifestyle for the children and we'll be able to buy a better house in a better area.
So we've sent Jeanette to a recruitment agency where she has one very important question.
Is the work available?
Yes, there is, particularly if you want to temp first. And I think with the skills that you've got, and particularly having a degree, I don't see that you'd have an issue getting work. I'd sign you up, that's for sure.
Well, that's positive then.
Yes, it is.
That's a promising start for Jeanette. And back at the building site, David's getting the lowdown from the site manager.
Well, is there plenty of work?
Plenty of work, mate. The Gold Coast is a little bit quiet at the moment, but in the region in general, there is, within driving distance, there's plenty of work, mate. Yeah.
That's exactly what David had hoped to hear. But what about the most important question?
What is the salary for carpenter and joiner in Australia?
Mate, depending on the site that you're on and also depending on the hours that you'll be doing, you could be earning, as a starting point, anywhere between 85,000 to potentially 100 grand, Australian dollars obviously.
That's a £60,000 starting salary, far more than David's earned in recent years. But what about Jeanette's pay?
Have you got any idea of what your salary expectations are?
At home, a job's for £24,000 full time, so that was pro rata that, so 3 days, that's in pounds.
I think that you would be very happy. I would say minimum you would be looking at would be about at $45,000 upwards, and it can be well upwards from that.
£30,000 is much better than the salary Jeanette earns in the UK, but is it enough to make her consider moving here?
The fact that there's employment available is fantastic, and the wages are good as well, aren't they? I mean, it will break even, but that means that I could come out here and afford the lifestyle that I wanted, really. So it is fantastic news.
That's quite a turnaround for Jeanette. With David's day coming to an end, have they been swayed by the idea of work in Australia? Which way will they vote?
My experiences today was very positive, and I'm going to vote Australia.
With regards to employment here in Australia, my vote goes to Australia.
That's a massive boost for David. It seems his dream of moving down under is one step closer to becoming a reality.
Yeah.
When the family meet at the house and catch up on their day, Jeanette is quick to spot one difference their combined salary could make.
Obviously we wouldn't have to live in any of the houses we seen yesterday. So that's a bonus. So yeah, that's positive, isn't it?
Jeanette's vote for Oz saved David's hopes of a move from a very swift end. But they've still to tackle the biggest reason for coming to Australia, the children's well-being.
They both worry what a future in the UK would mean for Gabrielle and Sean.
I don't think I could keep me kids from the drinking culture that we have in this country. Everyone loves to drink, everyone drinks.
Just want to bring them up in a better area. I grew up here. There was nothing wrong with it, but I know what you can get up to around here. Hopefully the culture in Australia might be more family orientated, and there might be a lot more for the children to do.
David believes that Australia would be a better place to raise a family, but he needs to convince Jeanette. So he's taking the family to meet Pam, a distant relative, who lives deep in the countryside outside Brisbane. He's hoping some inside knowledge from a local will help seal the deal.
Hey, this is David.
I'm David. This is Sean.
G'day, Sean. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
I tell you what, I can see the carny in it.
You can see the carny in me?
I can, yeah.
I thought I was a McGuinness.
I can see a similarity, that's for sure.
Hey, yeah.
Hello.
Jeanette.
Hello, Jeanette. How are you?
That's Gabrielle.
Hello, Gabrielle. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's lovely. Thank you.
They're also joined for lunch by Pam's friend Liz, and Jeanette wastes no time beating about the bush.
Can I just ask you about crime rates? What are the crime?
Crime, like around it. I mean, not coming from here, I need to know about what. I mean, I could come here and move to a really bad area, not knowing whether it's a nice area or not.
There is a crime problem at the moment on the Gold Coast, but it's more break and enters to shops. It's petty crime. I think a little bit has to do with a bit of unemployment, a bit of drug use, but as far as the residential area, I wouldn't say we've got a crime problem. We can sleep at night with our windows wide open.
Yeah, but you wouldn't leave a window open in this country anyway because it's spiders. They can even go on.
No, you've got screens.
Joking aside, with her worries about crime in the UK, it's reassuring for Jeanette. And then it's time for her to be put on the spot.
So do you think after being here that you would like to come and live in Australia?
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure at all. It's just with the thought of leaving family and friends.
Yes, I can appreciate that.
Is that more important? Is coming to Australia and having an outdoor lifestyle more important for the children, or is being at home with family more important? I've got to weigh that up.
However, the taste of country life has had a very different effect on David.
I think today's probably been one of the best days so far. If I can earn a lot more money, Jeanette gets a good job. I don't see why we couldn't afford something like this in Australia. This, to me, this is the dream.
But he has to convince Jeanette, otherwise David's plan for his family could remain just a dream.
Once again, the emotional pull of family has Jeanette concerned about a move to Oz. But could a taste of the Aussie lifestyle David dreams of help put things in perspective?
To get a flavour of what Australia can offer, the McGuinnesses are going to the Ekka in Brisbane. It's a huge agricultural show that goes on for 10 days. Not the sort of thing they've experienced before.
Wave to the ice cream man. Oh, look at those hats. Just want a proper Australian hat. That's the best rainbow I've ever seen. Wow, look at all these animals, kids. Oh, how cute are they? Look at them too. Oh, there we go. Isn't this fantastic?
Gabrielle seems to love this, though I'm not so sure about little Sean.
Listen. Sean looks a bit scared, but I think the kids are enjoying themselves.
Oh, look at this white one, he likes you.
He'll get used to it, hasn't he?
We've never done anything like this before. We normally go and see animals, but they're all behind fences. They're never allowed to mingle in with them like this. I don't know if there is places that you can do that, but we've never found one. So they're having a ball, they're loving this. Brilliant experience for them.
And it's not just the show that's impressed them with what Australia can offer.
It's very child-friendly, Australia it is. I mean, even seeing, driving down an A road, there's parks on every corner, there's play areas, swings and slides. There's one there, and then within a 30-second walk, there's another one, 30 seconds, another one. Fantastic for the children.
Jeanette's realising that there's plenty for the young children to do, so she's coming round to the idea. I knew my plan would work.
Don't get ahead of yourself, David. It seems like it's been a great day out, but there's one thing playing on Jeanette's mind.
It would be different living here full time than just seeing it for a week. The kids not having the nans and granddads around them and the cousins and stuff. There's plus sides and downsides to all of it. I've got a lot of thinking to do.
After their day out, which way will they vote on lifestyle, UK or Australia?
We've had a lovely day out here today. The children have had a ball, feeding the animals, and we're going to vote.
Come on, vote. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Australia.
I say same.
3 Australia, 1 undivided. Australia.
I think if you get the nice weather in the UK, you can have a nice family day out as well as you can here. So,
after a taste of the Australian lifestyle, Jeanette is still not won over.
David and the children may have fallen for the Aussie lifestyle, but Jeanette's worries only made her decision harder. Finding out the real cost of the move could be the deciding factor.
Jeanette and David bought their house for £155,000 and have put in £20,000 fixing it up. Will they be able to get back all the money they've spent? We sent round to estate agents to get its current sale and rental value.
Here we go.
What? Is our house?
Neutral colours. Cute kid.
Cute kid. Doesn't know.
I like the fireplace, it's nice and modern. I think whoever lives here has got an eye for taste and colour.
I picked that fireplace.
Really nicely presented, good quality kitchen, absolutely ideal.
There you go, we said good quality kitchen, that's all you want to want. Your real oak kitchen.
That's your bedroom? It's a nice, warm, welcoming room for any child. I think it's an ideal environment for a child to grow up in. Obviously, it's never going to be this clean when there's a child in it.
It is!
Well, I've had a look at the property now. It's a nice property. To sell a property in the current market, I would value the property at 130 to 135.
It's more than what I expected.
To achieve maximum rental income, I would value the property for rental purposes at 595 per calendar month.
In the current market, we'd be looking at placing it onto the market at around about £150,000, say £149,950, with a view to achieving between £140,000 and £145,000. For the rental market, it should achieve somewhere between £675 and £725 per calendar month.
Go on with him.
That's a lot less than the £175,000 they'd hoped for, but they're keeping a positive front.
I know we paid, what, 155, but I thought the market had depreciated that much. I'm surprised for the better, yeah.
Based on these valuations, their house is in negative equity, meaning the McGuinnesses would rent it out rather than sell for the moment. However, what they can earn from their house is only part of their money considerations. So we've prepared a breakdown of their cost of living in Australia to see if the sums will add up.
£372 for petrol here, £190 car insurance. I thought the fuel was supposed to be cheaper over here. Mortgage repayments. That's a big difference. Okay, let's do the earnings then. So, yeah, total combined earnings. So we see the difference between them two. Your in-givens, your outgoings. Difference between that one. Oh, it's about the same.
Is it?
Yeah. You're actually 20 quid. It's £20 difference between our monthly bills at home and the salaries we can earn. It's just the same. Do you know?
We're £20 better off in Australia.
We're £20 better off in Australia.
Let's go to Australia.
£20 better off may not sound like a lot of money, but is it enough to make a difference when it could mean a whole new lifestyle for the McGuinnesses? Will they vote with their hearts or with their wallets?
House prices are a lot more expensive. Wages seems as though you can get a lot more. We are going to vote for Australia. That's a shock.
I know.
Why?
Because I know I can earn more out here. There's more opportunities, yeah. I could earn more money out here.
Seeing things in black and white has helped push Jeanette towards Australia. But her biggest concern has always been leaving behind a close network of friends and family. So could seeing messages from them be another step back?
We've prepared some messages from family and friends back in the UK. As it can be upsetting, David and Jeanette felt they'd rather the children didn't watch it.
You ready?
Hello, Jeanette and David, and Gabrielle and Sean.
We're missing you. We're hoping you're having a good time in Australia.
I couldn't fault David. He looks after his family. He's a good family man. He only wants what's best for his children.
I'm not sure how they'd settle in to the Australian way of life. David, I think, would settle in a lot easier than Jeanette. She's very homely.
David's decision will be based on Jeanette because he loves Jeanette so much. So I know for a fact David wants to go, but if Jeanette really truly doesn't want to go, then David will back Jeanette up.
It would be very difficult being detached from them, especially around birthdays, Christmas. I think the difficult part would be not having the children, being around each other and growing up together.
My wife is very caring and she loves the bones of the grandchildren, as all grandmothers do. She's had a lot to do with the grandchildren. Because of all this, it's too upsetting for my wife to speak about it.
Oh, I love them kids. Just the thought of not seeing them every week, just taking them out Spending time with them is going to be so hard. I am going to miss them so much. But I am behind what decisions they make.
We want to say that if you decide that you're going to make your new life in Australia, then we'll always be there for you and we'll always be behind you. But also, we would terribly miss you all if you go, and we would miss seeing Gabrielle and Sean growing up and being there at the special times. If that's what you decide to do, then we'll be there for you, but our heart says we'd rather you were here with us.
That's upsetting. When people are saying they're going to miss the children growing up and stuff.
Jeanette got upset seeing mum and dad walking away from the airport when we were coming to Australia. If she was getting upset at that, imagine getting upset if she's leaving them for a couple of years.
It's just loads of factors you've got to consider.
As their trial week in Australia comes to an end, it's thrown up a lot to think about. House prices came as a shock, and Jeanette's phobias were proving to be a problem. However, job and salary prospects were exactly what they wanted to hear. Now, after a week of highs and lows, the McGuinness' future rests on a knife edge.
This would be the biggest decision me and Jeanette would make, coming to the other side of the world, leaving everything that we know. Before we come to Australia, I was 100% sure that Australia was the perfect life for us. During the week, I've had my up and downs, but I think the goods have outweighed the bads. You only get one life.
I have not got a clue how I'm going to vote because there's pluses and minuses to all of it. So I really do not know. There's opportunities. That's the main thing. It's money and opportunities out here and family back home and no opportunities.
It's time to decide. Has David done enough to convince Jeanette their future lies in Australia?
After spending the last week in Australia and looking at lifestyle, employment opportunities and Australian life in general, we're going to vote.
Australia! Yay!
I have come to a conclusion. Yet there is more opportunities here than there is back in the UK. I will miss family and friends, but I'll give it a go. See. Doesn't mean forever. Because I love you so much, babe.
Yeah, whatever.
After some real soul-searching, Jeanette's finally made her call and chosen a future in Australia, much to David's delight. With a tough choice behind them, the McGuinnesses can begin the next chapter of their lives down under.
An abandoned cottage in East Sussex snapped up at auction by a theatre director, but there's lots of work to do. Britain's empty homes here at 11:45. Next on BBC One, damp, dodgy electrics, no heating, but some great original features. One of our homes under the hammer.